This art of self awareness was put into our mind and soul for a reason. And the more you tap into it, the more you realize what important and golden of a resource that is. Because people go about their entire lives not realizing their own patterns or where they fall short or why they're behaving the way they do. And so it's really important that you pause and look around, and more so within yourself, to notice your own patterns, your own thought processes, why you are the way you are, where are you falling short, what are your wins, what lights you up, what drains you. It's so important to know you. My self-awareness has been a bit of a bitch all my life. And that's something that I'm really grateful for, because she calls me out when it's needed, and I cannot be more thankful. Lately, I realized that it's not good manners. You should be grateful for what you have been given. And this is something that my inner voice told me. I noticed that we all keep looking outwards all the time, that we don't even notice that we have it literally with us in our lives already. It could be, your partner, or it could be your family, it could be whatever thing is around you. We're always in pursuit and just rushing after something external that we don't give a damn about what we actually have. I did this mistake years ago, and I noticed that family. I was looking for true friends, well-wishers, who are not envious of me and who push me to be a better version of myself, who are loyal, like basic qualities of a friendship. And I never got that, which is what I thought. Until recently, I was like, yeah, it's my family. But it's not like I don't have external friends. This is family, so of course they're always going to love me, and they are gonna push me to be better because I'm their daughter or I'm their sister, things like that. But external friends, like friends, maybe it could be school friends or uni friends, but I don't have friends. Yeah, family is fine, but I don't have friends. And that, now when I look back, seems so stupid to me, but you shouldn't talk to yourself like that, because that was your younger self thinking that way. And so here's the reframe. Anyone who is happy for you unconditionally, it could be your family, it could be one single friend. You do not need, like you've already heard, you do not need a whole group of people. Even one person is enough. And I was like, yeah, but I don't even have that one person and stuff. But if I look at it, I have my brother, I have my mom, I have my papa, I have my grandparents, I have my uncle or mama, and they wish well for me. But then that is overshadowing the part that you do have good relatives as well. It could be just one person. Your grandparents, they love you, they've seen you since you were a little baby, and they wish you well. They want nothing but to see you healthy and happy. Your sibling that you always keep bickering with, your parents, as you grow up, you realize that they were also young people who were figuring their life out, who were struggling with the society's rules that they imposed on them, and they were bringing you up, which was their first time being a parent as well. I'm the eldest child. But I hold compassion towards my parents that it was their first time as well, raising me up, raising a kid when they were themselves in their 20s. Go talk to your parents about it. How old were they when they got married? How old were they when they had you? Literally, I just turned 25. My mom was married, and she had me when she was 25. And it's the case with most of our mothers. They were so young themselves, and so even right now, if you think you can just go and get married and stuff, you're not settled, okay? You're still having these childhood and mental traumas. And I do not mean this in a disrespectful, dismissing way, but it's like we are more aware of it as a generation, so that's why it's fine. But they were also having mental health issues, but they never had anyone to talk about it with. Growing up, you really do realize that it was your parents' first time raising you, and still they were able to give you so many good values. They were able to make you a good human, which then got maligned by the people you came across with, the bad companies, etc. But they were trying their best. Your sibling that you always keep fighting with will drop everything if you say you need them in a serious way. Otherwise, it's the jokes and the fights and bickering that is the very essence of a sibling relationship. And so if you look at it, wanting someone to just share all your worries with, wanting someone who is loyal to you, who wishes you the best without any jealousy or envy, wanting to have someone who will give you unbiased advice, who will validate you emotionally, who will hype you up, who will be happy for your achievements instead of having silent comparison. If you look at it, it is your parents, your sibling, your grandparents, maybe that one childhood friend that you have. What more do you need? How many more people do you want? And I understand seeing social media, seeing all these groups of friends going on a Manali trip or going and partying together and going to these events together, going to the club together, that's what makes you want to have a friend circle as well, which is completely normal. I have been there too, and that is something I have healed from to a great extent, and so that's why I'm able to tell you this. It's literally, at the end of the day, your family, and it hits you harder when you're away from home. It hits you harder when you yourself are growing up and you're seeing them growing old, and still every time you call them, all they ask you first is if you've had food, if you've had dinner or lunch on time, and cross-checking if it's fibrous and healthy enough while you just survive on ramen and pasta. That is unconditional love. That is true friendship. And we, like fools, young fools, go around having our heart on our sleeve, having our standards for people down the drain, and being so desperate to have friendships or a relationship that we just throw away our whole value as a person, which should be the bare minimum that the other person respects about you as well. But we're so desperate for the bonds that you literally don't give a damn about the true bonds that you have and that you've always had. And so it's really about time that you turn your head this way, where it actually matters. Always being than always just yearning and looking the other way, trying to find people who won't give a damn about you just yet. But still, you wear your heart on your sleeve, hoping this clicks and that person clicks, and maybe this friendship works, and you people please in order for them to like you. Whereas you have been a bratty person growing up. You have had your tantrums, you have talked to them in an angry way, you've talked to them in an unacceptable tone so frequently, even when you were a kid, and even right now sometimes when you get irritated by your parents or your sibling and you lash out at them. All of these bad behaviors, but they still love you. Try doing this 2 times with a friend or 5 times in a row with a friend. They will freaking kick you out. That, bro, what the frick is your problem? Like, who do you think you're talking to? And they will kick you out of their lives. This is unacceptable behavior, in my opinion, and we've been doing that with our parents for so long, and still they love us. So it's really, it boggled my mind when I realized that all the traits that I was looking for outside, in people outside all my life, was what my family was always giving me unconditionally. And if you look at it, you will realize that your mother, your father, your sibling, your grandparents, and a couple good relatives who wish you well, who give you the blessings whenever you meet them. What more do you need? And if you still generalize it, but their family, so of course they would do that, that is such a wrong thought. And it could be that it's you who's thinking it, but I've also learned that generally, and most of the time, it's not us who is thinking it, it's just a passing thought, because our brain makes a lot of thoughts throughout the day, and most of it is influenced by the negativity that we see around, the trash that we see on social media, the tone, the audios that you keep swiping in every 2 milliseconds, and that keeps registering in your brain. And so the thought also mimics the tone, the trashy tone that we read in comments, that we see in posts, that we hear. And so it's not your thought, it's a passing one that you're thinking that it's you who's thinking like that. What you are is your values, how you think, how you respect your elders, how you respect your family, how you love them, the principles that you hold, that is you. And your soul will tell you that if you cut out the external noise. And so start by choosing your family. You were a kid who would lash out on them, who would throw tantrums. Now that you're older, now that you're a bit more mature, Start by choosing your family and holding them with compassion because they were doing nothing but love you in every way possible that they could. And so that has become our Gen Z's meme thing. So it's like dark humor kind of situation. So it really is on your mindset. I mean, I know it hurt as a kid. I know very well. And for all of us, and that's why I'm saying 100% of us, like 99.99% of us have been through that. And so why hold it in your heart even today in such a sensitive, self-sabotaging way when you can just kind of laugh it off? I know could be toxic in some ways, but holding on to it is not serving you either, is it? And so I think adulting is also that you realize that the things that you have been carrying so much with you all these years, are they even serving you, or are they weighing you down? Are they slowing your speed compared to if you just dropped the weight? Would you be able to run faster? Would you be able to walk faster and feel the breeze on your face and walk through the air with smiles? And before you leave, know this. Today, call your parents if you live with them. So much better. Go and hug them and just tell them thank you for raising me up the way you did. Thank you for everything that you did for me, and I'm sorry for the bad tone that I talked to you in, the angry tone that I talked to you in, the tantrums that I threw as a kid. I know better now. I would always be a kid to you, I know, but I have grown a bit enough to know where I was wrong and how you were doing your best in whatever way you can, because you're my mummy papa after all. It's just that it's now a sensitive topic to me because they did nothing but their best in whatever way they could. But the truth is that our parents on the other side were doing anything and everything to make it possible for you and to make you happy. And so yeah, say this to them today and see and tell me how they reacted. I'll see you in the next one.